Hello, Houston. We're hoping that our volume is loud enough. We're in a very loud party here, and we hope you can hear us. We're coming to you, Ernie, live from the cast party opening night of The Wiz right here at Theater Under the Stars. With me is my faithful sidekick, Walt. Say hello, Walt.
Hello, Walt.
Walt is here for one very important reason. He is going to share with us all your questions and comments. And as you question and comment, we're going to add your name into a drawing for a pair of free tickets to see The Wiz. Actually, let's make that 2 free pairs of tickets. So ask your questions, make your comments down below. Walt will read them and we'll share them with our guests. And our very first guest is here with us. He has the joy of playing the Scarecrow in The Wiz right here. We're happy to have Christopher Campbell with us. Hello, Christopher.
Hi, Ernie.
It's great to have you here.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Usually we start this off by asking a cast member to explain the plot of the show. But I think the easiest thing to say is The Wiz is The Wizard of Oz.
Easy.
There you go.
Okay.
You're all caught
Nailed
up now.
Yeah.
So you get to play the Scarecrow.
I do get to play the Scarecrow.
I had the thrill of meeting Hinton Battle, who originated the role on Broadway.
On Broadway.
He signed my cast album a few years back, and it was so cool. He originated the role, but a lot of people are familiar with it through Michael Jackson.
Yes. Michael.
When you come into a role that 2 great performers have done before, and a myriad of others over the years, do you look to them for inspiration? Did you look at the film at all?
You know, it's funny. I watched the film a long time ago when I was younger, but I didn't watch it before coming into rehearsals just because I wanted to, make it my own, not force anything, not push anything on it. But then, like a couple days ago, I was like, okay, let me watch a little bit of the movie. Let me just see what Michael did. And it turns out, like, him and I were doing similar things already. Like, there's so much of him already infused in the character that it comes naturally.
I think that's fascinating, too, because what's written in there, it just comes to the characters.
Yeah.
And it's fun because I think the audience, in some ways, when you're watching The Wiz, you feel in on the joke.
Oh, for sure.
It's kind of tongue-in-cheek. They're winking at what you expect from Wizard of Oz.
Right.
For you, playing an iconic role as, even just in any format, the Scarecrow in The Wizard of Oz, as a little kid, my favorite character always. How is that?
It's exciting because it kind of takes a little bit of the pressure off. You're like, people are gonna love it regardless because it's the Scarecrow. So I'm like, all right, I don't have to worry about that. And then you just get to play and like surprise them and make them think in different ways about the show, the characters, the relationships with the 4 friends, and so I think that's my favorite part.
I want to remind you, if you have questions for Christopher out there, Walt's monitoring and he'll share them with us. Do we have anything?
Yeah. Dennis Cass says hello. Hey, Dennis.
Hi, Dennis.
Hello, Dennis.
Brendan Doan says hi, everybody. I hope I get lucky this time. Yeah, I hope you do too.
Fingers are
crossed. In
crossed.
case you're wondering,
for
I
you.
think she's referring to the ticket drawing coming up.
Right.
Or maybe something else.
Who knows?
And Ken Penny wants to know what's new and special about this production of The Wiz. Every actor brings her specialness.
That's really kind of cool. There are some new little twists in here.
Yeah. So we've played with the gender of some of the characters.
Yes,
so our
you
Wiz
did.
is a female, a woman, and so is our lion, which adds an interesting dynamic between the 4 friends. So it's 2 girls and 2 boys, which is really cool, and which makes the alliance such a special moment. That it's 2 women like encouraging each other and like building each other up. And we're all cowering before the Wiz, who is now a woman, and begging her for her help, which is another.
I'll tell you, when I first heard that they were going to do this, I was like, oh, come on, it's not going to work. It's the Wizard. And then amazingly it works. And I think she puts in one of the best performances in the show. She's amazing, your Wizard.
Yes, Marva Higgs is no joke. The real deal.
It's really kind of cool. Anything else going on out there?
Justin Martin wants to know, what do you believe is the most powerful line from The Wiz? And Ken Penny says awesome.
Well, we like the awesome, most powerful line.
Yeah.
A piece of dialogue that just hits you.
Oh, I think it's what the Wiz says to us when she starts talking about believing in yourself, and she says it's not what you see, it's what you believe, and the power of like that believing yourself can do for you. And every night that comes up, it always gets me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, just it's all in here. Just believe in yourself, and that's
what the
all
great
it
thing
takes.
about this show is, not only is it fun, not only is there a lot of dancing, great dancing, but there's also this message that just lifts up the audience.
Yes.
And I think in today's day and age, you forget how relevant those messages are. And then with the gender playing with the roles really helps redefine it for a new generation. I really like it. I want to remind you, as you ask your questions and make your comments, we're putting your name in a drawing so you can win free tickets to come and see The Wiz right here at Tons. Walt, anything else?
Yes. Alina Mayo-Gotia says that she loves your work.
Hi, Aline! Yes, that's...
Is that your mom?
It's not my mom. It's a dear friend of mine. Oh, hi, Aline. I love your work. She's from Houston.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, and the other funny thing is, if you notice that we're all like leaning into it is so loud in here, we're having trouble hearing each other, so bear with us. Well,
Brandon Doan wants to know, what's your favorite song from the show?
Be a Lion. Because it's so beautiful. It every night I get to stand there and watch it. It's the best thing, and I just stand there and it's just so beautiful watching them sing to each other. And
now, if I've got it right, for the movie they added a song for Michael Jackson, and
Yes.
you guys don't have it.
no, it's
Is
you
that
can't win.
considered, or do you think about that? Is that something?
Well,
they
we're
could do?
doing the stage version, which is very different from the movie. The script is different, the arrangements are different, and then some of the music is different.
But I know Jesus Christ Superstar, they added a song for the movie, and then they put it into the production. Evita, they added a song for the movie, and it's made its way into the production.
Oh,
So I was just curious what I was talking about.
well, I don't know. I didn't write it.
Stumped him there. But he shouldn't need to know it. He knows his character.
Right.
It's funny, going through the show, I keep thinking, well, this one's my favorite song. And then the next time I'm like, well,
Pops up
then
and
this
you're like,
one's
no,
my
it's this
favorite
one.
song. Oh, I really like
then-
even when it starts off, Annie M's song, I'm like, that's got to be my favorite. I'm like, no, this one. This one.
Yeah,
It's a lot of
it's
fun.
a beautiful score.
It is interesting to me how many people are not familiar with the show. They know the music,
Right.
they've heard of it, but haven't seen it, which I think is interesting. I mean, the TV version did a lot to help remind people it was out there.
Right.
For you, were you a fan of the show? Did you know it well?
Yeah, no, I definitely grew up knowing like Ease on Down the Road was my bop for sure. And I did it like in like educational theater when I was like 8 or 9. I think I was like the Tin Man or something. I don't know, something small. But yeah, I've always known The Wiz for sure. It's always been a part of growing up. I think it's such a staple in the Black community for sure that like it's so funny like to hear our parents talk about how I used to listen to that cast album on repeat and how important it is to them, and like so they passed it down to us, and it's nice. We get so many young kids at our stage door who we get to pass it on to now, which is very, very cool. So.
Very nice. Walt?
Hey, Ernie.
Okay, remember, if you want to enter the drawing, please ask a question or just make a comment down below. We'll be sharing them with you, and we enter your name into the drawing for tickets. We're going to do 2 sets of tickets tonight, so make sure you ask those questions. I do have to take a moment and praise you also from Oklahoma.
Oh.
They opened the season here at Theater Under the Stars with Oklahoma, a brilliant production. You were in that too. So you got to talk into your mic.
I was. I'm sorry.
That must have been awesome. That was a beautiful production.
Yes.
And it must have been exhausting to go right from that into rehearsals for this and right into this show.
Yeah, it was exhausting. Yeah, but I mean, I had a week off.
A whole week.
A whole week. But no, I'm just I feel so lucky and so blessed to be able to just continue to do shows and do something completely different, and use a completely different skill set and different style of show, which has been very, very exciting.
It's interesting doing these 2 shows back to back. I'm curious what you notice either about Oklahoma or about The Wiz in structure, writing, anything you saw similar, anything that really stood out about how over all those years.
Well, I think what Oklahoma is like basically a play, so it relies so heavily on its dialogue, and so I think, and that's not what's going on with The Wiz. The Wiz is all about the score and the music and the power of when those grooves kick in, and you know those beautiful lines, and so it's just funny how different forms of storytelling, how Oklahoma uses its dialogue and its subtext, and The Wiz is all about the emotional effect of the music and the power of that. So I think that's been fun to get to play into both sides of
Well,
that.
if I'm not mistaken, I think there's a lion behind you. Is she over there with a green
Oh,
turban on?
I do see her.
Is that her?
Yes,
if we
Allyson.
can get Allyson to come join us. Allyson Kaye Daniel happens to play the Cowardly Lion, and she just got to the party, and I think she's in the midst of all of her fans saying hello. Well, actually, if you want to give a little peek over there and show the people, the cast is all milling around in here, and it's a lot of fun. Here comes Allyson.
Hi.
Hey, Allyson. Oh, look at his
Hi. Hi.
Unfortunately, you have to share your mic, but welcome so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Now, you played the Cowardly Lion. We were
I
talking
did.
about that.
I
Not
did,
too
yeah.
cowardly. You're a
Not
pretty
too
strong
my line's not
lion.
too cowardly. She's a little courageous. She's got some stuff going on.
You had one of the unique opportunities to change the gender of the character.
Yes.
So you got to play it as a woman.
Yes.
What did you find, do you think, in that was so easy to make that switch?
I think one of the things that our director always talked about was like the idea that it was so odd that this little girl meets 3 guys and then she goes to another guy and then that guy tells her to kill a witch. So it's like, why are all these guys so... One of the things that we talked about was the idea that it's not really about that, it's really more about the camaraderie of the characters in general, of the 4 friends. But the Lion and Dorothy already kind of have written kind of like an extra special relationship, the 2 of them do. So wouldn't it be so interesting if it was 2 women who had it? So that's how we play it. So it's more like, oh, these 4 friends are great, but these 2 sisters have a whole situation that's happening. So it actually was really easy once I thought about it like that to turn it into that.
What was fascinating to me was that I'm familiar with the show, and then listening, I realized how little had to actually be changed, and it fit.
Yeah.
And I think it says a lot about where we've come in the number of years since the show was written, that it doesn't seem odd that you're that character.
Right.
And I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I did too. I was actually shocked when I got called in for it because I originally got called in for Ada Pearl, and then this kind of happened, and I was very confused at first, if I'm being honest. I was like, what? This doesn't seem like something that is going to happen at all.
Have they done this in other productions, or is this the first time?
I've never done, the only time I did The Wiz ever, I was 11 years old at summer camp. And I played Eveline, so
wow.
That makes complete sense if you know me.
So then, having played Eveline, what's your take on your Eveline?
Well, Yvette's Eveline is fine. It's okay. Yvette's Eveline is great, obviously, but yeah, it was just fun to do it as an adult. It's really fun.
Well, I can see you as Ada Pearl because I think the one thing that stood out in your performance, you had great comic timing through the whole show tonight.
Thank you.
And it's like, I could see you in that part too,
Yeah.
but I'm happy you played this.
I worked really hard on my comedic timing. I worked on it a lot as a child, to the dismay maybe of my parents. I was always trying to figure it out. My dad is thoroughly unimpressed with most things.
Is this your dad?
I know, my dad, no. You know what I mean? Anyway, but my mom actually was in town yesterday. My mom and my sister were in town yesterday, and it was really cool because she's just so very, very proud, and it's really great when your parents or your family just come to support you, and they just remember all the times that all the crazy things that I did when I was a kid. She's like, it's great to see you being able to use all of that and know that I wasn't just going crazy for nothing.
Now, you may be wondering why this tall gentleman is standing
I might
next to
be.
me. He is the voice of the audience at home and asks their questions.
Oh, voice of the
So
audience.
how's the audience doing?
They're noisy.
Okay, what are their questions?
Christy Patrick wants to know any shows for students. I don't know what you mean. Yeah, there's a
We
lot
can find
of.
out the answer. Lisa, any shows for students? Do you have a student matinee? Yes.
We have a student matinee. Go ahead.
Next Wednesday, Halloween, at 10 a.m.
There you go. Next question.
Dennis Cass says, I can't help but notice that you're quite muscular. Is there much dancing in this production?
Well, I don't do much dancing at all. These muscles are just Oh, you probably mean his.
What muscles are you seeing? Because I don't see them.
They're all here.
There's so much dancing. It's nonstop dancing.
There is a lot of
2.5 hours of cardio. All we do is run, and it's lots of energy. Not a dull moment.
All right, we're going to move on to the next question.
Maureen Falco loves musical theater. She loves Oklahoma and The Wiz and would love to win tickets. And she would be fabulous as the Cowardly Lion. Her favorite character.
Cool. Well, you have a chance because we're giving away 2 pairs before this show is over.
Christy Patrick wants Allyson to sing the line, "If I Were King of the Forest," but that's not in this show.
That's
Wrong
not in the
show.
show, number 1. Number 2, I sing from money. Not for free, boo-boo. Sorry.
But I can do it. If I were the king of the forest. There we go. I used to have a good lion impersonation, but I've lost it over the years.
We feel
Yeah,
it.
a little
It's
bit.
still there.
A little bit. You felt it.
What am I missing right now?
Oh, wait, she's ready for more.
Oh, this is a long one. Jennifer Swisher was in the Humphrey School for a decade and was privileged to perform as a child in many Tuts productions. And she would love to bring her girls to see the show. And Tyler Barry Lewis wants to know how many of the actors here are from Houston.
Yeah, how much of the company is local?
Literally, almost the entire ensemble, with the exception of 3 dancers, are from Houston.
Oh, really?
4 dancers. So there's 4 dancers who are from Houston. All the kids are from Houston. Obviously, the 4 kids are from Houston. Simone Gundy, who plays Ada Pearl, is from Houston. The other 3 members of the ensemble, of the singing ensemble, are from Houston. The pit singers are from Houston. So really just the 4 friends, Yvette Clark, who plays all of the witches, and Marva Hicks, who plays the Wiz, are the only people from New York.
Well, we're claiming Christopher for Houston.
Okay.
We're putting him in all our shows now.
That
In
is
case
very
haven't
true. You
noticed.
are a celebrity here. Yeah.
So where are you each from originally?
I'm from Naples, Florida. Right across the Gulf. Yeah.
And you?
I'm originally from Washington, D.C.
And do you both consider New York home base now?
Yes, it is now.
What's going on in theater in New York these days? What should we not miss? What's the excitement from the people that are there and in it?
My favorite thing on Broadway right now is Once on This Island.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it's so beautiful. It's 90 minutes, which I love. In and out. But no, it's all around. All aspects are striving for the same goal, and it's really beautiful. It's a
Now,
magical
you
production.
just said that, and I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but somewhere in the back of my head, when I was doing radio in Chicago in the late 80s, I think we had the guys who wrote Once on This Island on my show. Could that have been? I think I did.
Yes.
I don't know why I can't remember. Okay, and your turn. What's going on Broadway and theater that you think we should be excited about?
A couple of good friends of mine are in Head Over Heels, so I would be remiss if I did not mention that show. It's very, very vibrant. It's full of energy.
The Gundos musical.
Yes,
basically, yeah.
and it's very new. I think it's one of the more new, like energetic, like not same old story type of things on Broadway. So I think it's.
Thank you for that. Well, I'm going to let you wrap up with any more questions.
Oh boy, Priscilla Cooper says she's new and hopefully she'll get to see it. Brandon Doan wants to know, do you guys have any pre-show rituals?
Oh, pre-show rituals that you can share with us.
Oh.
I heard a great one about Michael Crawford that I cannot share.
Oh
with
my
you.
Lord. It usually involves some type of drinking of like like tea.
Oh.
Lots of teas and Ricolas, I don't know.
For me, I feel like because I'm always doing something physical, a nice warm-up always has to happen. Gotta get warm.
Oh yeah. Lorraine Falco, is HGO working on this show? I don't think.
No, HGO, Houston Grand Opera, is not involved with The Wiz.
Christy Patrick, is there a pit orchestra? Yeah.
Yes, that's really cool too, because it's a
21
live
pieces.
orchestra.
We have a 21-piece orchestra. Like whatever they had at the original Broadway show, we have.
We have a party going on, and I know you two want to go to the party.
True.
As much as you're enjoying this. So we're going to bring this to a close by drawing our tickets. And
draw
since
them.
we're giving away 2 pair, will each of you draw? Oh, wait, we have one more.
Cherry Twitty Hawkins says, love it.
There we
Love
go. Okay.
you.
And here we go.
Okay, we're drawing.
We're drawing.
I feel
I'm drawing one.
Here we go. First pair of tickets. I want to thank you all for watching tonight, joining in, being interactive with us. We'll be back in a couple weeks with another show of Ernie Live. Just like us down below. Follow us on Facebook for Houston Public Media, and you'll always know when we're going to do one of these. Here we go. First winner. Allyson K. Daniel is drawing.
Christy Patrick.
Christy Patrick,
Well,
you
Christy,
just
we'll
won a
see you
pair
at
of
the
tickets.
show.
We're going to have you contacted through Tuts, and we'll give you all the information, and you'll call about your tickets. Next one up Christopher Campbell. This is my way of thanking him by saying their names now. And our winner is
Justin Martin.
Justin. You won tickets.
Congratulations,
Justin Martin.
Justin. We'll
Thank
see
you
at the
very
show.
much. Thank you both. Christy, Justin, thanks for playing. All of
and
you for
Justin.
playing back at home. Thanks
Justin
for
and
joining us.
Christy.
We want to thank Theater Under the Stars. We want to thank both of our guests, the Scarecrow and the Lion, Christopher Campbell, Allyson, Kaye, Daniel. Thank you both for joining us.
Thank you.
The Wiz is here through how long?
November 4th.
Through November 4th. Thanks for watching. Good night.
Thank you.
Bye.